And hi, everybody. Welcome back to the El Dorado in Reno. The road to Reno, the 2016 Big Sky Basketball Championship, starts here this morning as we have Media Day. We're joined by the head coaches now of Montana State, Brian Fish, Tricia Binford. First off, great to see you both. I know we're really excited about this tournament, and Coach Binford, we'll start with you, but what do you see as some of the benefits of having a neutral site tournament in kind of a destination city like Reno?
Well, I think number one is tournament atmosphere. This is a great venue, and it's an exciting place, and teams are going to be really anxious to get here and represent our teams proudly.
Absolutely. Coach?
Well, just a neutral site's great, but I think an even bigger thing is that all 12 teams are coming. Mm-hmm. And to know right away that we can build our team for the long haul and focus for March, I think gives everybody a chance to reset if things aren't going well, to have something to focus on.
Absolutely. I want to start out with you, Coach Fish. This is now going to be your second year in Bozeman. Last year was, kind of just establishing a culture, establishing an identity. When it was all said and done, I know the win-loss record maybe wasn't what you wanted, but how did you feel those efforts of establishing an identity went?
Well, I think it went well. You find out your support when you go through a year like that, and great support from our president, great support from our AD. So those are key. We laid a foundation. We said how hard we wanted to play. The guys bought into the system. So overall, it was good. But, again, at the end of the day, you're judged by wins and losses.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting because you're a newer coach at Montana State, whereas you're now going into your 11th season. What at Montana State has allowed you to have such a long run there? Because it's very rare in the coaching profession.
Well, I think we have a great campus, number one. Yeah. We're a college town. Our university is very prestigious, fantastic, and we just have a tremendous community. And when you have a community that buys in and supports you and gets behind your teams and your programs and your ladies and your guys, you can make it a really great experience.
Yeah, so last season you go 15-15, 9-9 in the conference, but you're 11-3 at home. What type of home atmosphere do you have, do you think, in your mind as a coach?
Yeah, well, we're in the top 3 in attendance, so our crowds get behind us. They come, and our band's always crazy. And you love that atmosphere. You want to run out and have people cheering behind you. You put a lot of hours in the week to get prepared for that opportunity, and you want to represent them well. So our community does a great job getting behind us, and we've done a really solid job of playing well at home. But this year's group needs to prove we can win away from home as well to be a top elite team.
You got a couple good players coming back. Jasmine Thomas, she makes the preseason All-Big Sky first team. Lindsay Stockton's another highlight. Those two, what roles do they play within the team, not just on the court but off the court?
Well, it's interesting you brought those two up because they're big keys for how we do as a program, but they're also voted captains by their peers, and I think that speaks more volumes than what they do on the court, just from showing up every day from a leadership standpoint and setting the standard and the tone of how we're going to be every day. And that's what dictates the longevity of your season and how well you perform. But they just do a tremendous job. Jasmine has always been our consistent go-to player, but I think we have a lot more players around her this year. We're going to have some surprises. We have a Riley Nordgaard, who was a transfer last season that the Big Sky has yet to see, and we think she's going to be a major contributor of what we do. And then Peyton Ferris came a long ways for us when we transitioned her from a guard to a post as far as top reserve. So we're going to have a pretty experienced club, and we just know being consistent is going to be what it takes for us to be successful.
Absolutely. And Brian, you guys return Marcus Colbert. He was the Big Sky Reserve of the Year last year, double-digit scorer, over 13 points a game. How has his development been this offseason, and where's he going as a player and within the team?
Well, when you get accolades like that and you get awards like that, you get credibility in the locker room.
Yeah.
So it's so important that when a player gets those awards, that he's your hardest worker, that he's the most accountable guy watching film. He's the guy that's doing the things the right way, because to build a program, if a guy slacks and he's getting awards, you don't get as far as you want to go. So he, as much pressure, as much accolades as he's gotten, his true pressure lies in what he does in the locker room to set the example for the young new players.
Absolutely. I want to ask you about your non-conference schedule. We joked about it a little bit before we went on camera, but I want to read this off to you. You got games at Syracuse, at Nevada, so you'll be back here in Reno, and then at Hawaii. That is That's a good non-conference slate right there.
Yeah, the Nevada game's actually in Hawaii. It's part of a tournament. Yes, we do, but we do have them. But it's something that Peter Fields and I have sitting down and something we wanted to do. We want to play to build interest in our team and our program. We want to play Division I games and certainly not putting anybody else's schedule on. It's just something that we've come up with that we want to do to sell tickets to drive interest in our program is to play teams that people have recognition with, and I think we've accomplished that. You surprised me there. I thought the Syracuse game was at home, but I guess it's on the road. So no, I'm kidding you.
No.
But
I was about to say.
yeah, no. But we're excited about it, fired up about our schedule, and it's certainly going to prepare us for Big Sky play.
And it's expected to be very tight within the league this year. I want to ask you two both kind of a fun question. We've asked this of everybody. Coaching, as we know, it's a fun job. A lot of rewarding parts of it, but it's a tough job as well. A lot of long hours, a lot of time spent away. I know Bozeman's definitely a beautiful place to get away from coaching, but what are some of the fun things that you both like to do in the off season or when you get a few spare minutes away from the game?
Go ahead, Trish.
Well, my family all owns dirt bikes.
Okay.
So you've got a motocross family starting from a 7-year-old, 11-year-old, and then I have my own, and my husband got us all into it.
Okay.
But we have great hiking, camping, and we love to boat, go to the lakes, and have some downtime fishing. You have to take in and embrace our great state, and we absolutely do that.
It's a great ice cream place as well. Right there on Main.
Well, you know, I'm
I've been there.
not a dessert person,
Yeah.
but I'm sure my husband would attest to that.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Okay, and then Coach, how about you?
You know, the thing about coaching is everybody talks about the hours you put in as a coach, but what your family puts in, what
Yeah.
your brothers and sisters put in to make arrangements to come see you, to see
Yeah.
games and things. So it really becomes its own sport in itself in your people that are close to you. And so our kind of fun time is everybody comes to town to see games and do those things.
Yeah.
And then the great thing about Bozeman is we play on a Thursday so they can go to Big Sky and ski on Friday and come back for a Saturday game. So it gives them a lot of things so you don't have to entertain them as much as you do in some towns.
Maybe that's the case. The trick to hosting family right there is.
I think
like
Brian's
coaching.
always entertainment, so I mean, that's in it. So.
Here we go. Last question, and then we'll let you both get out of here. Really appreciate you sitting down with us. But Coach Fish, we'll start with you. Your message to your fan base, again, an improving team on the rise. What's your message to your fans?
Well, you know, I think, first of all, this tournament is a message sending to them and going, hey, you can buy tickets right now. We know when the tournament is, and you can buy in, whether it's season tickets and on into conference tournament. So you can see us. With a young team, you want to see 30-day increments of improvement, and I think we can do that, and our schedule will be challenging like we talked about. And so our message to our team is we're going to play hard, we're going to be competitive, but at the end of the day, there's still a rainbow pot of gold there with a chance to be in the tournament because everybody's invited, and we've got a great neutral site.
Awesome. Coach.
Well, I would say the same thing to our fans is get behind us. It's going to be a heck of a ride. This is going to be an amazing atmosphere here in Reno. We want our fans here to see this as much as us, and it's going to be start to finish this year for our program.
Well, awesome. We appreciate you joining us. Montana State's head coaches, that's Brian Fish, Tricia Binford. Again, best of luck to you both this season.
Thank
Look
you.
forward to hopefully getting up to Bozeman to see some of your games. So